Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. If you just tapping in, make sure let's blow up that chat. We're gonna give it another couple minutes before we get started. Meanwhile, make sure you guys post your social medias, your websites, and post in where you're listening in from in the chat. Let's see something. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on time. Got a few more people that should be hopping on, so we're gonna give them a couple more minutes before we get started. I ain't gonna hold you guys up all night today.
This is a really cool stuff because if you
What's going on? What's going on? Again, if you just tapping in, make sure you guys blow up the chat. Let me see your websites. Let me see your social medias, and let me see where you're listening in from. I appreciate you guys hopping on. I appreciate you guys hopping on. We have another great brainstorming session. You say it's hot. Again, if you haven't had the chance to yet, please make sure you guys post your websites in the chat. Make sure you post your social medias, and also post where you're listening in from. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get started in maybe another minute. I know we got a few more people trying to get in. But if you are in again, make sure you guys post your social medias, your websites, and where you're listening in from. And make sure you guys check out somebody else's website. Type in, follow somebody else's social media. You never know who you might be on this call with. That's one of the best things about the brainstorming sessions. We're able to connect those dots and make connections that we probably would have never made. You know, we all in different states and cities and different backgrounds as well. So that's the unique part about these brainstorming sessions. It's not, tailored to any specific background. It's for everybody. It's for the community. So let's make sure we're tapping in. Let's make sure we connected, and we're gonna get started shortly. And again, if you guys are just getting in, make sure you blow up the chat. Make sure you post your social medias, post your websites, post in, and also post where you're listening in from. All right, so we're gonna get started. If you're new, welcome on to the brainstorming sessions. It's all about generational wealth, economic development, the economic growth, man, just connecting that, all together. If you know me, it's all about connecting the dots with me, figuring out how we can come together and do something great. And that's what we've been doing. Especially since we've been doing these brainstorming sessions this year. We've been consistent all year. So shout out to everybody who's been consistently tapping in every single week, every single Wednesday at 6. I know, we all business owners, we all have busy schedules, so I know how important it is for time management, and I appreciate you guys for just taking up the time to hop on, and share knowledge, and and receive some knowledge. We're all students to the game at the end of the day, and that's the beautiful part about it. We're able to come together from different backgrounds and learn from each other. We're all going through the same hurdles if you're a business owner or if you're just starting a business, we're all going to go through the same hurdles no matter what type of background you're coming from. So that's what this is all about, figuring out how can we come up with different solutions for different challenges that we're having, and how can we connect the dots. That's the biggest thing. How can we connect the dots and check off all the boxes that we have unchecked, no matter what background you're coming from, how much money you've made. We leave the pride at the door, and we're coming with actual value. If you know me, that's what it's all about, building relationships. We've been building relationships I've been building relationships and and business partnerships. In the last 17 years, and and counting, and we're steady building. Um, and it's so beautiful to be able to every single week, have somebody new come on to the brainstorming sessions and just give their ideals, So if you're not new, you already know how we like to get started. We love to get started with a nice icebreaker, just to get you guys get them brains going, and kind of go from there. This week we're gonna pretty much do the same thing we did last week and really touch on. Usually we have everybody just kind of go down the list, and have you guys talk about your businesses and what you're doing, and kind of give a little intro. This week, I want to do, we're going to do just that as well. But I also want you guys to touch on some of the challenges that you're having with your businesses as well. Because we just may have some resources right here on this call, or within our mob. So that's what we're, and and take it to that next level. So every week, we do a different icebreaker question, just to kind of get your brains going. I know the last couple of weeks we've been having fun with it, so I wanted to keep it light again this week. So the icebreaker question is, what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna go down this random list. Um, Before we get started, shout out to Jizzard. That's one of our sponsored brands. Get you some rich friends. Shout out to Eric the Plug and BMF Cash, which is our owners. We stay gotta represent our own as much as possible. So every chance I get, I like to represent, one of our businesses that that we work with. I don't like to necessarily call them small businesses. They've been doing some, everybody's been doing some great things. And I think, every single one of our businesses can reach the maximum level. So, I just like to really represent us as much as possible. And I like to brag on our people. There's nothing wrong with bragging and making sure that, we represent each other. So shout out to them. And shout out to y'all again, shout out to everybody that, took out the time to get on this call, and really just take out the time to build. So we're going to get started with the icebreaker question again. The icebreaker question is, what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? So who we got? And again, before I call on the next person, make sure you guys blow that chat up if you're just getting in, if you're just getting into the call. Make sure you post your social medias in the chat, post your website, and post where you're listening in from as well. Again, the icebreaker question is for those who just came in. What is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? Who I got? Who I got? Chicken, what's going on? Throw the ones in the chat if you guys can hear me as well. Let me make sure it's not on my end. Throw the ones in the chat if you guys can hear me.
My bad. Had technical difficulties. I'm good.
It's all good. It's all good. But now I just wanted to get your feedback on this icebreaker question. And it's basically what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business?
Mine will be a funeral.
Oh, that's a good one. I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting that one. Okay, okay, okay. That's different. That's different. Expand on that. What type of idea did you get from the funeral?
Well, I went to Rico Wade funeral, and just from like the way it was executed and how it flowed from the decorations, the the colors, the attendance of the folks and all of that, it was just very well put together. So in terms of having an event and how they had certain shit executed or displayed, I just had a bunch of ideas going in my head and how I would use some of the ideas to decorate for an event of mine.
That's different. I love it. I love it. I think you get that's definitely a prime example of being able to get some inspiration anywhere, and everywhere. I love that. That's different. I wasn't expecting that. All right, who got next? Who have next? Can you hear me, Eric?
You should be ahead. Good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you froze up like a. All right, Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I haven't really had a strange place. Just doing random stuff, listening to music, driving. Just it might just hit me out of nowhere. You know.
Listening to music, driving. Okay, okay, okay. Definitely, definitely. I definitely came has had a couple ideas hit me while in the car, of course. I think music always circulate our brain for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Cassandra, what's going on, Queen?
I just knew you were gonna call me.
Psychic. You must be looking. Hold on. Can y'all see my screen? I was about to say you must be psychic.
Well, I agree with the young man that was talking about like when he's clearing his mind, riding or what have you. But where I get a burst of energy from is when I go on vacation
I
because
love
I'm relaxed, I'm having fun, I get to know people. You know how they are. You dope, we dope, everybody dope. Okay. So we're chilling, we're getting to know each other, we're networking. Basically, that's what you do and have fun. I made the most sales out networking and meeting people.
definitely, definitely. Your net worth is your net worth for sure, for sure. Vacation is definitely a good one. You get to clear your mind, reset for sure. I love that. I love it. Who else we got? Mr. Fix It. What's going on, King?
You got it, brother. What's going on? Talk to me.
Man, I'm so blessed, man. I'm so blessed. So, what would you say is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business?
The weirdest place. Okay. I'll say. Let's see something. Well, I don't know if it's a weird place, but I can say like one of the craziest places I was at. I was actually doing security because I do security and bodyguard work, and I was doing bodyguard work for Trina and Trick Daddy. They came to Chicago, and everybody getting ready and everything, and I'm just standing there, and I saw somebody talking about like man, I see people getting money doing this and doing that in shows. I need to start me a business right now. Woo. Then in the back of my head, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm doing this right now, but I'm doing a whole other type of, service right now today. But somebody in front of me was like, man, I need to start a business. And from that day forward, like that was last summer. And remember, we on our goal to, fund at least 30 businesses, before the end of this year is out. And man, that guy eventually, like when I gave him my information, because I waited till afterwards, but I was like, man, let me talk to him. Because I was like, in the back of my head, he not gonna talk to me. I got on my security gear and all like that. He not gonna try to talk to me about starting no business. He think I'm just a regular security guard. But when I showed him, when he scanned my QR code, he saw my suit. He saw all my pages, my website. He said, man, you do that like that? And I was like, yeah. And sure enough, maybe about, I want to say like the beginning of this year, he started his business. He wanted to do a transportation business because, we actually escorted them through the city and everything. So when he saw that, he saw the trucks, like the Cadillac trucks, the big trucks that they come in. He saw that happening, and then he was like, man, I could be doing that. I need to start a business. Because I guess the guy that was driving told him how much he was making that day. And he was like, what? You gonna make that much? And it went on from there. So far he has one truck. He started off with a box truck first. Yeah, so it was just like, man, that boost, that inspiration, because I was kind of down and out at that time a little bit. You get those times where, business is a little slow. Like I said, I started, another thing that I kind of liked to do anyway, because I had did security before, but I wanted to do bodyguard work because, bodyguard work is a little bit more. You get paid a little bit more. But when I did that, it just sparked me back up again. And, that's when we kind of, got back in and started talking about doing the webinars and doing the workshops. And, we've been going ever since after that, like towards the end of last year, you remember? So, but that was the craziest spot, I think, because I was not thinking that he was going to take me serious, but the inspiration that he gave me, like, you can't be afraid to let people know what you're doing. Even if it could be the craziest spot, you could be in the grocery store, you could be, sitting on a bus stop. It don't matter. You got to let people know what you're doing. And that's when I remember back as far as, when I was knocking doors on, you got to work the territory. You need to talk to at least 5 new people every day. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to know what you do. But yeah, that was a crazy spot, man.
I love it. I love it. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I know we just got a few new people that just tapped in. If you haven't got a chance yet, blow up that chat. Post your social medias, post your website, and also post where you're listening in from, as well. Please, if you haven't already. If you have already posted your information, follow somebody else's social media, tap into somebody else's website. You never know what type of resources they may have. And you just never know what type of, connection you may be able to make with them. It's a lot of great business owners on tonight. So you just never know who you may be able to help and who may be able to help you. So, hey, we got Detroit in the building. We got Georgia in the building. We got Chicago in the building. Where else? Where else? Where y'all listening in from? We got Warner Robins in the building. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so If you're just tapping in, we're actually still doing an icebreaker. And the icebreaker question for today is, what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? Who else we got on this? So I remind y'all this list is random, so don't think I'm picking on y'all. Who else we got on here next? Let's steady changing to Antonio. Can you unmute for me, Antonio? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, King? What's going on?
What's going on with you?
I'm blessed.
The weirdest place. Honestly, the weirdest place is I had gained inspiration was in a dream of my dad. He came to me and gave inspiration basically off of insurance because I'm still in the same industry that we was in when he passed. So that's the weirdest place where I gained my inspiration from.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you, King, for sure. Who else we got on here? And again, I know we just I know it look like we got some new people in as well. Please, please, please make sure you guys post the info. After our brainstorming sessions, we always like to send out the chat log to everybody along with the recap, so we can make sure everybody is connecting. And yeah, let's continue on. And also, not only post your social medias and your website, post where you're listening in from. And for those of you that just got in, the icebreaker question is, what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? What else I got on there? Akil, what's going on? Let me know if you can unmute Akil.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How you feeling?
Doing good, doing good.
Doing
Uh,
good. Uh,
so I got an echo.
so I got an echo. Make sure everybody is muted.
Can you hear me now?
I don't hear the echo on my end, though.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Sudden base of inspiration. I don't know.
Sudden base of inspiration. I don't know. What's the weirdest location? The weirdest place you've ever had a burst of inspiration?
That's a tough question, man. I don't know. I never really thought about it like that. I guess doing something that I wouldn't expect to be inspired by. Whether it be you know sometimes it's not a weird thing, but of course exercising sometimes, when you be so frustrated with something or whatever, and all of a sudden you working yourself up into a higher energy to burn energy off, and then it gives clarity. I've had that a few times.
Working out. That's a good one. That's a good one. Definitely, I think that's a good one. You're stimulating your body and your brain. So I think that's a
Yeah,
good.
'cause, you're looking for a physical exhaustion. Sometimes you're trying to get stress off you, and then you realize, like, you wanted that to do that to de-stress, but then you get inspired by to do something else, or a cool idea or something.
I love it. 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 Who else we got? Who else we got? See, what's going on?
Hey, tribe.
Going on, child? What's going on?
Going on. So I wasn't for certain if you meant like a physical place or like a spiritual place. So I'm just gonna tell you the place that I was in, I guess mentally. I was going through a breakup with this guy that I had basically paid for his truck driving tool, got him all the way to the end of his journey. And while I was out of town visiting my best friend, he left high and dry, didn't hear from him, nada, right? So fast forward, I started my business during this time. I was actually going through a heartbreak. So my business came from being in a place of hurt and just disappointment from the male species at that time, I guess. So that would have to be mine for that one in particular. But Karma got to let me actually watch what happened to him after that, which was really cool to just kind of watch. Like, oh, okay, so Karma did come back and get you. All right. So that, I don't wish on anybody's demise, but it was like a bittersweet kind of thing to see the chick he had messed with, like, cleared his bank account out and took all his clothes and shoes and all that stuff. So progress.
Mm.
But
That's
yeah, that's fine.
he put the thank him. He put the
Yes, I'm super thankful.
sure.
Super thankful.
Sometimes you need.
Right, I'm engaged now, so
Hey,
I'm worried about that.
a good one too. Shout out Mitch, man. That's my guy.
Shout out to Mitch. Speaking of, the next event is on the 28th and 29th, or excuse me, 29th and 30th of this month for the next glamping. We're gonna do Autumn's kickback. So
yes, ma'am.
it's
Yes.
gonna be her 4th birthday, number 4. So
Hey, I know what to get her too. I know what to get. I'm gonna get her a worm or something because she.
oh, here you go. You got Joe. You
Look,
got Joe.
Fit over there. Look, she had a fit over that worm. I'm telling you.
Meltdowns. 3-year-old meltdowns are no joke. Like, it's like baby Armageddons over and over throughout the day. Like, what is happening? Okay.
I love it. I love it.
So but yeah, that was mine.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Kia, what's going on?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So my place, I don't know if it's weird or not, but I get a lot of ideas in the grocery store.
That's a good one.
Like, it's like I zone out in a grocery store. I don't know why, but I get a lot of ideas in the grocery store.
I love it. I love it. That's different. So we have. So whoever got their name, bruh, can y'all unmute for me?
Big bro, what's up, big bro?
Oh, what's going on, bro? What's going on? What's going on?
I gotta close it out because I'm torn right now, but I'm in here.
Okay, it's all good. I know you working. It's all good.
Okay, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who we got? Who we got?
Take the next left onto Rogers Lake Road, then turn right onto Chapman Road.
Let me know if you can hear me, Reg.
Yep, I got you.
How you doing? How you doing, Kane?
Fantastic, sir.
So what's the weirdest place you've ever had sudden burst of inspiration for your business?
This last business was probably driving down to Tampa because, like, I've started a 3D print business now. So, like, that wasn't gonna be, one of the things I was doing. I just wanted to do photography and videography. And yeah, the last trip back down to Tampa, as I was going down, I stopped up here and took it down there and just got back in the zone. So I think being down there for a month, just around people who were business minded at the time, just put me in a whole different business mind frame. So yeah.
I love that. I love it. I love it. We got Elena, what's going on, Queen? I seen your answer already in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
How you doing, sir?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. What about yourself?
I'm
So
doing okay. I can't complain.
I know you.
I had to say I did put that RV thing in the chat, but I'm gonna say this. When I had a position at my job and I know I was doing great, and they removed me from that position, didn't do anything but put fire underneath my butt. And I said, "Oh, you took that money from me? Oh, I'm going to find out how to get more." And so that's how I rolled into that Toro and hire car situation. And then I'm like, okay. Then I go to the RV show here in Detroit, talking to you. And we just talking about living that nomadic lifestyle. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to an RV show. I'm gonna get up early. And as soon as I walked in, old boy was like, look at this RV. And all of a sudden, I was thinking like, okay, all right. So anyway, about to walk out the RV show, something told me like, you should get something and you should put it on RV shares and rent it out. And that is when, you know, I found myself going into different places. Um, or like Fee was saying, sometimes being in situations, it'll put fire underneath you. And at the end of the day, God is so good, he'll let you see, he said, vengeance is mine, and he'll let you see, how he works. And, back to the strange place. My job was not a strange place, but that was the first place that put the fire underneath me when they told me that I wasn't a leader. And I had to prove to myself that I was a leader. And I didn't need them to tell me that I was a leader. When they took that extra dollar out of my little paycheck, which was nothing, I said, oh, you took something from me. I had to say, no, I'm going to get that back and more. So right there, that situation put fire under me when I was, and then the RV thing. Now I'm renting the RV off for like $100 a day, where you have to come and pick it up and tow it yourself. And if you $100 times 30 is a good amount of money. So that's all. I can't hear you. I didn't. Oh my goodness. Hold up.
Oh, that was me. That was me. That was me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you don't mind, for some inspiration, just to spread some inspiration, if you don't mind, what was your first booking for the trailer?
The first booking for the trailer, someone just called me out the blue. I put pictures on the site, told them that it was brand new, 2024. Let me give God the praise that I was able to get a 2024 brand new, put it on the site, and they wanted to rent it from July 1st through the 17th. And the total was $2,600 for that.
First booking. I love it. I love it.
And that's the first book. And now, once again, the RV is seasonal, but it depends on where you live. You know, if you live in the South, it's not really seasonal. But with the RV, you have to be prepared with that. Like everything else, you have to have things like the air conditioning working and the heating working, all of that type of stuff. But not to hold you long, but I'm ha- I'm very thankful to be on this platform with you all, great people. Thank you for allowing me to be on here with you all.
With motivation, I appreciate you, for coming on, giving us some motivation, some inspiration. I know your schedule is really hectic, so I appreciate you and everybody else, man. I don't take this for granted. I don't take y'all time for granted at all, because this is something that we need. We all need to come together and motivate each other a little bit, sometimes. And it's nothing like getting motivation and inspiration for somebody that's in a whole nother background or in a whole nother state or city than you, because it's just a stronger confirmation, of what we're going through. We all got something that we're going through. We all human. No one is exempt, whether you're a millionaire or you got a couple dollars in your bank account, no one is exempt. So this is what this is about, motivation, inspiration. Sometimes, you just need that 1 ounce of that little motivation to get you over that hump. I mean, it's also motivation for me, even though, we're hosting, you know, every single week I get some type of motivation, inspiration from you guys, or I learn something new. So that's what it's all about, being a student to the game and being able to motivate each other, and really just continue on pushing the envelope. Like, let's figuring out different solutions for each other. So I appreciate you guys. Who we got next? Who we got next? Again, if you guys are new or tapped in early to the brainstorming session, the brainstorming question is, well, the icebreaker question for the brainstorming session is, what is the weirdest place you've ever had a sudden burst of inspiration for your business? Who do I got next? Who we haven't got? Jew, what's going on, King? I ain't heard from you in a minute. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Go ahead and unmute. We're gonna come back to you, Jew. We're gonna come back to you. Let me know when you can unmute, or if you can unmute. I know a few of you have been moving on with the room. So, Kyosha, what's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. The weirdest place I have had, I won't say weird, maybe the kids' school, thinking of things that, you know, teenage kids may need as far as, body wise. I feel like it's not enough products out here just specifically for teenagers and what their body chemistry is. So that's one of the weird places that I kind of thought of something. And like another man said, a dream and work.
I love it. I love it. And when I say it never fails, you will always learn from children is the best inspiration. And that's to this day, I think that has been one of our best icebreaker questions. A few weeks ago when we asked, what is some of the things that you learn from children? And that was a big one. And we got some great feedback from that, because I think we've all been in a situation where we can learn from a child. And I think, at the end of the day, if you're smart, you better pay attention, because the kids is the future. They'll let you know what's coming up next, and keep you on your toes. So I think that's a great place to get some inspirations. If you're working with the kids, I know your brain be going all the time. So who we got next? Stacy, what's going on, Queen?
Hey, I'm here. Just mommying, but I will second what you just said. I don't really have a weird place. I work in education, so I'm constantly in a creative space. And like right now, I'm working with the incarcerated youth, so I'm working in the jail for the summer. So there's just always something new going on that sparks ideas, or the children, or whoever I'm teaching. Something always happens. So there's so much creativity, discussion, and things going on. So typically I would say it happens multiple times during my work day, just depending on what type of activities or what is going on. But I also have ADHD, so I don't stop. It just doesn't stop.
I love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. Ryan, what's going on, King?
Can you hear me?
Sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. This is something. While I was in college in the 80s, I was working my way through college in nightclubs. And by the time I was 22, I was managing nightclubs. And there was this one particular, we had one of the largest clubs in the city of Baton Rouge. And I was going to the DJ booth, which I called the bird nest, so that I can see everything that was going on in the club. And what I noticed, guys, people, was everybody kept going into the men's room and nobody was coming out. So it was kind of threw up a red flag to me what was going on. And I went into that restroom, and there was these three underage kids, 217, 115. And they were rapping, and they had everybody in trance. Like nobody would leave the bathroom. And I said, this is what the weirdest thing happens, an inspiration. I said, what the hell are y'all doing in my club? And the next time y'all in here, y'all need to be on my stage. And I took these three young kids and started managing them and grooming them, and they were winning every talent show that they got in. And we got a chance to tour as opening act for Roger Troutman and Zap, Salt and Pepper. And this group would go on to sign a record deal. Well, guys, this is a deal. They were the first rap group in the South to sign to a label. There's a documentary that came out about them. It's called Diamonds in the Dirt. If you guys get a chance to look at it, you get a chance, look at that documentary. Because the thing is that in that split second, and that decision I made changed their lives and changed the lives. It kind of made history, in other words, being the first group to sign to a label in the South. So we created the rap culture in Louisiana. So if you guys get a chance, check out that documentary. And you want to say weird, that was one of the weirdest places that I ever had inspiration.
I love it. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna have way more bathroom stories than that. Like you was the first one to come. I'm like, yo, nobody had no inspirations in the bathroom, but that was a great leeway because you brought me back to those days, man. Back in the day, the bathrooms is the best places to congregate and do your I've seen some of the best ciphers and uh uh yeah, I definitely seen some of the best talented people showcase in the bathroom. So that was a great one, and I love the fact that you jumped on that immediately. A lot of people don't do that. So much love, man. I appreciate that. Can you make sure I'm not missing any? Let's see. Yep, I think I got everybody. Raise your hand if I'm missing you though. If I don't see you on the list and you haven't went yet, raise your hand. I think we got everybody. So let me see. I think I had bathroom in my head this whole time as far as my answer goes. I think I get a lot of inspiration. While we grooming ourselves and stuff like that in the bathroom. But I would also say some inspiration came. I'm trying to think of a weirder place. I think everything really, came from the bathroom. And I will also say, shout out to Alonzo Palmer, one of my mentors. I would definitely say, you know, some of our greatest ideas that we're doing now came from you know, just sitting with him in his salon. He owned one of the biggest salons in Michigan. Um, and he used to shut down his salon for me at least once a week and really just feed into me and pour, you know, knowledge into me. And that's what got us into, that's what got me into publishing magazines and advertising different brands and companies. Um, it was a wake up call. You know, he was one of those ones that he wasn't, first of all, he was already successful, so he didn't have to prove anything or beat around the bush with me, which, you know, some of my greatest mentors, you know, that's, you know, I think that's the biggest key is just being honest. And, you know, he straight up told me like, yo, what, you know, you don't have anything tangible. You're doing your thing. You know, we seeing you doing all these great things, but you don't have anything tangible. Um, and you know, that was the first time, you know, that I even thought about publishing a magazine when he actually showed me all of these different magazines, all of these beautiful brands and entrepreneurs that was advertising in these magazines that I thought was just pages. I didn't really even think that far into um, the marketing side of it or the advertisement side of it. And he was the first one to really sit me down and show me that. And you know, and that was just me and him in his salon. Super huge place, had like three different sides to it in itself. And I was not the weirdest place, but that was probably one of the most prominent places that I've got some inspiration. And you know, we went on to publishing Exclusive Models magazine and took it to an international platform and got a chance to work with a lot of great entrepreneurs and brands and got a chance to really travel a lot of different places and you know, showcase and brag about these brands. So I would say, you know, I would definitely say, you know, sitting down with Alonzo Palmer was probably one of my prominent, I wouldn't say weird, but one of my most prominent places. Outside mom's house, you know, I think a lot of different ideas, mom's and grandma house, you know, just, you know, being in that I'm pretty sure we can all relate being in those stages where you just wanted to do your thing. You're a teenager, you wanted to get out of mom's house so you could do whatever you wanted to do. And you come up with all these different ideas to figure out how to make that happen. So I would definitely say that's another weird or prominent place that I've had a lot of my ideas just trying to figure out, you know, quote unquote, how to be grown. And now fast forward, and we here now, you ain't no going back. But you know, we've, you know, starting off, you know, in the industry when I was, you know, 14 and going back and forth, you know, brainstorming on different people's couches and in different basements. You know, everybody, you know, probably had that time where we were starving artists and trying to figure it out. And those are the, you know, the best places that, you know, we can really just build with each other. And some of the best relations that I've had, you know, came from you know, really trying to figure out how to make this dream into a reality. And you know, that's what we did. You know, we took a lot of chances and sacrificed a lot to accomplish a lot of the stuff that we did, you know, that we did back in the day. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that, you know, even had an idea because, you know, it brought you guys to where you're at now. So real quick, I want to give you guys the opportunity to, you know, give a little background about yourself, what you're doing. And then for the I want you guys to end off on what is some of your challenges that you're having right now. So we could figure out, you know, if we have some solutions, you know, we never know. So I'm gonna go off this list again, this random list that keep changing. But I'm gonna go off this list and yeah, real quick, and I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer, but if you guys can be short-winded and give us a little background on what you do and tell us about some of the challenges that you're currently having right now that's keeping you from taking it to the next level. Who we got? Who we got? Akil, what's going on, King?
Can you hear me?
Sir.
Yeah. So I tell you, so my name is Akil, and then so I have a television network called the Enterprise Theater TV Network. It's available as an app on your cell phone, on Apple and Android, on Roku, and newly added is now available on Amazon Fire TV. So you can download my app, on any of those platforms anywhere around the world. It has multiple channels like that runs content 24/7. So meaning like when you open it up, it looks like the Comcast guide. There's something that's always on. That's a TV guide and everything. And I built that because I wanted to get into filmmaking, and one of the things I didn't know anybody in the industry, so I just kind of created my own platform. And it started out as a streaming website, and I still have the website as well that streams everything that plays on Roku and Amazon and Apple. Um, but from there, I just started opening it up to other creators. And I was like, we need to have other platforms outside of the larger networks, and then just building something from the ground up. I'll tell you, from my end, lately some of the challenges has been just trying to stay motivated on the grind. I mean, I can see the next stage. I just, the Amazon Fire TV stuff just came about a couple of weeks ago. I'm still dragging my feet on trying to finish up the promo, and I'm still dragging my feet on trying to, get the promo video out. I hadn't even told Delano about it yet. So we hadn't, connected on it because I want to make sure all the creators that are currently on the site, we just get together and promote it and get it out there. My app is free to the consumer. And so you can easily download it. You don't have to pay a monthly subscription for it or anything. And the way we monetize on it is by selling, commercial ad space around the shows. But that motivation piece sometimes can get a hold of you. Especially I have a lot of worn off with each of the creators because I only deal with like a lot of the business owners and people that own their own company. So everybody has their own team up under them. Uh, Me personally, I only have a few people like at the top level of my team that we deal with advertising and promo. So, just sometimes just trying to plan everything out and decide who you're gonna bring in and how you're gonna disperse the work and stuff. A lot of those things, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you want to make sure you're making the right decisions for you and your brand and all that. But sometimes you just, you can get caught up in the weeds of it, and then you have to step back. So I'm kind of stepping back so I can step above it and get to work basically.
Most definitely, most definitely. So you say some of your challenges is basically putting people in certain positions within the company.
Yeah, that and just staying completely motivated because if you really truly think about it, motivation come from within. Nobody can just motivate you. You got to be motivated yourself. You can have inspiration here and there, but you have to be motivated from within to get up and go and to continue to move and continue to do something.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I think first of all, let me just say you're doing a hell of a job. And I definitely agree, especially when it comes to motivating yourself. As an entrepreneur, this is not for the weak. Being an entrepreneur, especially a full-time entrepreneur, is definitely not for the weak. Speaking, from a full-time entrepreneur, someone that, really don't have a safety net, it's just not for the weak. Everyone got to go through something, and we all need that motivation and that inspiration. And that's part of the reason why I'm so adamant about building a community around what we're doing. Even if it's somebody that's not necessarily don't have the passion that you have for your business, or might not necessarily have or just not be in your background, just period. But I think we can all get motivation and inspiration from somebody. And I think that's what made the icebreaker question, today's icebreaker question, so important. I know y'all be looking at me like, where you be getting these questions from? But it's so important to start thinking about these things. And and that's what I'm going for, to get y'all brain going to where it just never been before, and then start to elaborate from there, because I think it's motivation all around us, anywhere we go. Just the other day, me and Chrissy took a walk and just walked, down the street and back, maybe a 2 hour, 3 hour walk, and came back with so much inspiration, came back with some new connections, came back with a new Miami plug, and we was in, we based in Atlanta. So sometimes all it takes is for you to just take a little walk. You never know what type of inspiration, especially depending on what market you're in. Atlanta is a great market to just go on a walk and just see great. You might go down the street and see a immaculate house that you didn't expect to be on this block. And little stuff like that is inspiration to me. Seeing people hustle out their trunk or their car, stuff like that. When I see stuff like that, it inspires me and it motivates me. I've been doing a lot of market research on TikTok, and it's been pages where people are playing video games with no arms and legs, literally, and killing it.
Yeah.
And it blows. Stuff like that motivates me because it's like, yo, if they can do this, they can play a video game with no arms, with their toes, and be high ranking. I it's nothing that I can't do. It's nothing that I can't do. It's people, and I think we can get inspiration from any place. And you can always call me a kill for some little motivation. We gonna pop it. You know what I mean? That's what it's all.
Right.
I always want to be that shining light, even if I might not, I might be down, but being able to give somebody else some motivation motivates me as well. So we all need it. We human. We all human.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you a real quick story too. So I have three daughters, 16, 19, and 20. And so, of course, they've been around as I've been building the business. I was like, oh, I built a Stern website. Oh, I shot, an independent movie. And then I was on Roku, then I was on Apple and all that stuff. And then so the other day when I was showing it to them on Amazon Fire Stick or whatever, I was like, it was one of those things where they showed it. I was like, oh, okay, that's really good, such. And I was like, okay, because you're always kind of like family when they know you, it's hard for them to see you differently. But the next day when I came home, they had went out and bought a card and bought all these snacks and stuff that I like. And it was like, this is a real accomplishment and we believe in you and, we appreciate you and congratulations. I was like, what? I was like, it is one of those things where you just be like, when you think people aren't paying attention, you never know who's watching and what, when they actually connect to it. So you got to be careful about what you write off or what you put out there about how other people feel about what you do as well, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Totally agree. For sure. Man, I love that. You just motivated me. For real. I love it. I appreciate you, King, for sure.
Yep.
Who we got? Eric, what's going on? Let me know if you can hear me, Eric.
Okay, I can hear you. My bad. I'm on my phone right now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So, just give a little bit of background on what you do.
Yeah, I'm Eric Burke. I'm the owner of Black Onyx Vodka. Vodka company here in Atlanta, about 30 locations all across the state. And been doing it for about a year, do pretty good. Just recently won the gold medal at this year's SIP Awards out in Cali, so that's a big deal. And I think the last time I was on, I don't know if you remember, but remember I said I was looking for brand ambassadors.
Yes, sir.
So I fixed that problem myself, so now I created an online platform. I put it in the chat as well called Amber Spirit. And it connects, liquor brands with brand ambassadors. So now I have, a plethora of, brand ambassadors I can, choose from for myself and also for other liquor brands and liquor companies as well. So one of the challenges, let everybody know, is I would say I'm trying to get into Florida now. So trying to get in contact with a lot of the distributors down there. So it's kind of hard to get in contact with the owners. They're busy just like I am. That also, I think tequila has made a resurgence. Now. So a lot of people, want to do tastings. I'm not a vodka drinker. I like tequila, but then when they drink the vodka, when they taste it and sample it, then they love it and they want to get a bottle. So that's a small little hurdle. I know coming in the business, I would have to kind of get over. Is a lot of people they like what they like. Tequila, whether it's brown liquor, whiskey, whatever it is, and then just kind of selling them on it, selling them on the vodka. Say, try it. Once they try it, then they'll turn into a vodka drinker.
Definitely, definitely. And then, like I always, even in conversations that we've had before, people are followers. They want to see who else is drinking this vodka.
Mm-hmm.
What big names is behind it. I think that's what, when you look at maybe one of your biggest competitors right now is AU vodka. Is it AU vodka? Is it AU vodka? AU vodka. They've been doing great with the marketing and just getting different celebrities and
Mm-hmm.
sponsoring different things. But people are followers, and I think you've been doing great with the testing, with the tastings as well. Because I think once not think I know once people taste the vodka, taste your vodka, the stigma changes, and I think that's what you're fighting against as well. It's we have a stigma that we have to conquer. And that's just what comes with providing the experience along with the vodka. And I think that's what that's where even with any type of brand, I've been talking about more of creating experiences so people can really connect with you in a whole nother way versus them just connecting 2 seconds and then you're already forgotten about. But if you create a full experience around what you're doing, take it up a notch. Yeah, let's talk about, we're actually in the midst of organizing our next experience. I know we was doing the our last experiences that we put together was the Canvas Couture Art and Fashion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from, chopping it up with Irene Bells and I telling him the same exact things. Like, it's not the product, which his product is obviously music, but I'm like, you have to provide an experience for people to get them in. People don't want to come to showcases. People don't want to come to just straight up activations where it's just all about just one brand. They want a whole experience. Now that in Atlanta, people are looking for different experiences that they can be a part of. So I would love to talk to you about some things that we got coming up, even like the glamping experience that we're doing with the LLC. That's something different, and especially how she does it. It's something that people is interested in on a whole nother experience. So maybe maybe that's something that we'll brainstorm later on and figure out how we can bring Black Onyx on to some of these different experiences that we're doing. We got Fashion Week coming up in New York. Art Basel, Miami coming up. You're already trying to get down to Florida, so maybe that can be another way that we can really tap into that market and do some activations down there. So let's talk about that. Let's I'm gonna put that in my notes to make sure that we touch back on that and figure out.
Yeah, staying busy, man. It's the people drinking a lot of time this time of year. So having events, every week, doing tastings, like you said, got like 3, this every weekend I'm busy. So yeah.
You've been doing your thing. I love it, man. I'm proud of you, man, for sure. Like from the first time we met.
Radio this morning, the 101 TKL radio out in Stonecrest. I'm on the move.
Yeah, shout out to Chelsea Speaks, man. That's my home.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. We had her on the panel last year. We had her on our panel. We had when she first launched the radio show. We had her bring out the radio show to our panel. So I love seeing people progress. And even you, when I first met you, you just had samples, man. Now you got the whole. I seen the packaging of it. I think it was like last week. I seen the boxes. I'm like, okay, I love it. I love the present.
Yeah.
you doing all these festivals and different events and activities. I love it, man. I love it. So
Appreciate it.
we definitely gotta put some things in motion. It's summertime. Second quarter is really that time to really go hard and really just corner the market. So let's do that. Let's set up a call and and figure that out.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Fifi, what's going on?
Little bit like crisis.
Lydia, who's the blonde?
We just had my sister Sage tap in.
What's going on?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
You just unmuted me as soon as I came in here.
I mean, it was a little loud. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? That's when I see your name, though. I'm like, okay, we got Sage in the building.
My bad. Let me what's going on, family?
What's going on? Why we got you on real quick?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to really tap in what you're doing in the last couple of weeks, and I've really been trying to get more people involved in what you're doing. You're doing some wonderful, man. I don't even have a name for what you're doing right now. Like, it's so amazing. But give us a little background about what you're doing and some of the challenges that you're having.
Okay, so I'm gonna go just where it's a little bit more quiet.
And then we're gonna have Fee up next, man, one of our mod members. I see you over there working, getting your hands, putting your hands to work. But let me know when you ready after Sage.
I am. So all right, so what am I working on right now? At June 17th to the 21st. We're gonna be a summer camp at the greenhouse, a summer camp at the greenhouse. And I say come out, you can learn about aquaponics, hydroponics, or traditional farming through the greenhouse at the Andrew Walter Young YMCA. We are also working on a program to bring solar into the mix on that property, but also at other spots and other YMCAs around Atlanta, to be able to create a pathway for our youth to get into solar, not only on the education side, but also on the sales side of it as well. There's a great bit of money, in solar. And I think it's a market that we're just kind of not like all the way tapped into all of the benefits and how accessible it really is to just incorporate it into what you got going on. We also, like just yesterday, we actually took some of our youth leaders out to Camp Creek area. There's a lake over there. We had there's another sister, another farmer. Her name is like Healing Hipster on IG. I definitely would like y'all to tap in with her. She's doing some great things around the city. She's an educator as well. But she had took us out to this spot off of Camp Creek to find some fish. I needed fish. So we went out there to fish, myself and Farmer P. If I know Cece is on here somewhere. If she's here, she knows Farmer P. And if you're in ag. And so when we went to the site, man, it was such a beautiful lake, but it was just riddled with trash everywhere. And, there were people all around at different spots around the lake. And we walked around the entire perimeter and just noticed how much trash had just been thrown there. I don't know how long it's been there. But our youth leaders, and we only had about 4 or 5 of them out there with us yesterday, cleaned up over 1,000 yards of that lakefront area. So just kind of, taking kids out to do different things like that. We are also building different urban farms around the city and urban gardens as well, community gardens as well. And some of the challenges that we are facing, kind of like with CC, is just like volunteers and, interest, and then really just organizing it all, which is something that I am working on doing. There's just been, so much, but really creating that network so that way all of the farming is connected in with the community of art and fashion and and business and restaurants and all of that, because, it really is a part of all of that. But just really creating the connections and the interests, so that way we can really understand the importance of us collaborating together, having the youth involved with everything, that we do. And I know I'm a little wordy right now, but also the last thing that I want to share too is like, one of my bigger visions is really creating and building these living classrooms where we really learn in our natural environment. And so yesterday, all of the youth leaders that we took out, it was a no cell phone day. There was no, they could not have a cell phone. And we really had to work on being with ourselves and where we were. We had like conflict resolution, you know what I mean? There were like arguments out there, and I was like, we had the conflict, resolve. And I did them like how my grandmother used to do, is hug. Y'all gotta hug. After y'all argue, y'all gonna hug and go clean up some more shit. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, when we got back in the car, Farmer P asked them all, like, what did you learn? And after the sarcasm wore off, because they are our kids, after the sarcasm wore off,
I made a mistake and muted you, Sage.
oh, he muted. Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
I was trying to mute Phil. What's going on, Phil?
Oh. What up, Phil?
Go ahead.
But they, like they learned so many things. They learned how to fish without using a fishing pole. They created a net out there from like some netting that we had from bamboo. They had to work together as a team. They had to communicate. They had to socialize. And one of the things that I saw was how much, and these are even kids that are close to me, but how much our youth they're not really being taught how to have conversations with each other, how to show up socially, how to communicate what it is that they need, what they're experiencing, and putting them back in these natural environments really force them to do that. So, yeah, I need a vehicle. I need a van to like go pick up some more kids. So that's a challenge that we're facing. And then just having more people involved. And I don't even really look at it as a challenge. I just look at it as an opportunity, for us to really just show how great we are and what we can do. So those are the opportunities that I have for people, is to just get involved, to offer your expertise for our living classrooms. If you know how to do anything, a skill, we really are our best teachers.
I love it. I love it. I love you, man. You was a guy.
Yeah.
You was God sent for sure. And we need more people like you for sure. You live in it. You really doing it. It's not something you talking about and trying to, look like you're doing something on social media. You really doing it, and I love it. We gotta definitely, something that I talked to Cece about, and the biggest thing, far as finding solutions for, just getting people more involved. It's just like what I was just, speaking about with Eric, is creating an experience around it. And that's why I definitely we need all hands on deck for this next field day that we doing at Cece's farm, the Natural Way 365 farms. And we all need to come together and create this experience, because people, first of all, people want to have a good time. And sometimes farming is not sometimes, but farming is no joke, is work.
It's work. Yeah.
So, especially with these new age kids where, they growing up with a tablet in their crib. So, we have to, and that's why I was, speaking to you about before, about creating virtual experiences as well to
introduce, like, even, yeah.
combine the new school with the old school and make it an experience, make it a good time for them, to where they feel like, man, I had fun. I want to do that again. Versus, man, they didn't put me to work. I'm sore. I'm this. I'm dirty. I'm smelly. Whatever they be. So even with her, that's why we did. Me and Cece, she was on earlier. I don't know what happened. But, even with her, I know she's out celebrating with her grandfather though. But even with her, that's why we decided to organize a field day, to where first we can bring people out to the farm so they can see what we're doing. They can, and then have fun, have different activities. back in the day we used to do the tug of war, the potato sack races. Like bring that back. Let's bring some real fun back and make it fun for them to be outside. Make them fun for us so they can be like, hey, tell their parents like, hey, I want to go to the farm, even if it's not a community day or we want to get it to the point where not just the kids but the adults like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do today. I want to go.
Go out there. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
make that a thing versus, man, I ain't got nothing to do today. What parties is up? Let's go to the club. Let's go have some drinks. But make it a party. Let's make it like the last community day that we did that I showed up to. I missed the last one. I'm so heated.
Me too. Yeah.
That's on me. But the last one that I did attend, it was, we had the music going. Cece had the watermelon going. They was roasting. Her son was roasting apples and all types of stuff, and making it a fun experience. We got to make it an experience. That's where we at right now. People want experiences, and they will do the work, but they want. You got to give them something to take from it. People need incentives. We're not in the old times no more where they just gonna come out and volunteer just because we asked. It's just,
No.
I would like to feel I'm that cool, but I'm just, we, at the end of the day, we want something out of it. So even if it's, giving them gift bags at the end or certificates, whatever the case may be, trying to figure out something to, provide that experience. We can bring in Black Onyx Vodka. Like just the people on this call alone, we can bring in my boy. We can a whole channel on Roku TV where we can be able to, we got the cameras, we got the media. That's nothing. We can get BP live streaming. If he's not busy, get Fee to come out, bring some of her natural products out, show and do activations to show the kids how to create their own natural products and show them the importance of these different ingredients that's going into her products and then Cece can come in and show them how to grow these ingredients. You get what I'm saying?
Go from this to this. It's a whole process. I really, really love that. And that's really a thing that I've been talking about and bringing it all together. It's really showing it's like you have to create the experience, but you also have to show people what the experience is. You know what I mean? What it is that where you can have fun. Sometimes people don't know they can have fun in a thing, so like as we were getting ready for the garden and art plant therapy party, right? I needed like more volunteers. All of my volunteers that showed up that those days before were 20, 19, 22, they were young people. And I really, really loved that. It really, inspired me. And afterwards, like I told them, I can't pay y'all for doing this, but we getting ready to have a good time. We put on music, I fed them a little bit of food and then afterward, we just had a bit of communion. And that's really all. And they had a good time. They did something good. They felt better after they did it. You're going to feel good after you mess with the plans. That's it. That's it. Okay, Stacy. But yeah, I didn't want to take up too much time. I love everybody, I'm saying, on the call and, just more collaboration and showing up for each other. Yeah.
Most definitely. We're gonna do that. We're gonna put it together.
I'm gonna
send you the info for the field day.
Please.
I'm actually because we picked another date, so we're gonna put the date out. I'm gonna actually post it in the group chat on Instagram for everybody as well, because we need all hands on deck. And we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna have some fun.
And then the last thing I want to share, we're gonna have some fun. That's gonna be dope. I love field days also. I just planned my family's first family reunion on my dad's side last year, and we had all that. It was all out there. But I'm also this weekend, I am speaking this Saturday in Tucker at a survivorship celebration. So June is also, as well as being Father's Day, big up to all the fathers, all the men out there, all the kings out there. We love y'all. We support y'all. But it's also National Survivorship Month as well. So if you have been affected by cancer or anyone in your family has been affected by cancer, this is one of the months that I celebrate that shit every day. I celebrate life every day, but I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna talk about and do some soul speaking and just really, give some great inspiration and whatever else I got in here to the people on Saturday. And I think that flyer is on my Instagram page if anyone would like to come out and support.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna post it in our group as well.
Okay.
Love you, sis. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Who we got? Who we got? Fee, what's going on? Tell us about some of that great stuff you're doing over there. I see you at work already.
Yeah, so I am trying to catch up punishments for what I'm sold out of right now. I got quite a bit done. I've been working overnight, so a little sleep. Plus, autumn is keeping me busy, as y'all know. So there's that. Let me see. What do we have going on? We have her kickback. Autumn Skies kickback for her B-Day, her Earth Day, for June 29th and 30th for the glamping after.
Tell the people exactly what philosophy is, please. For those who don't.
Such a wide range. So philosophy is my my lifestyle. So if it's not delicious, I don't want it. That's basically what this means. Okay. I have natural soaps that I make, which y'all just were probably watching me make. Natural soaps, souffles for both men and women and those in between, my dem days. Brightening face washes to dark spot correctors. More souffles that make you taste good. I have body scrubs that are like cleansing, some that are really, really hydrating. They all provide different benefits and things like that, as well as body butters. So this is philosophy, and I make everything in my studio. That's where I'm at right now. But I also host glamping events and nature-inspired events. So I'll bring y'all out here. We just had one. So here's one of the tents. This is the big one right here. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek. There is an outside shower and bathroom. This is one of the areas in here. Cleaning. So yeah, so we have bonfires and glamping events where you come out, stay the night, have some good food, good conversation, get some exclusive philosophy products or services, because I do offer massages, facials, and body scrubs. So all of the above, and then some with the body spa is what philosophy is.
I love
and
it.
of course, the tribe, that's y'all my tribe. So I appreciate y'all. Challenges that I'm facing right now is at the last event, my mixer went out and I've had 3 of them go out. So I actually need a new mixer. And I think I need to get more of an industrial commercial one this go around. So there's that. And then attendees that are coming out for the next event on the 29th and 30th. That is it for the most part. That's what I'm working towards.
Most definitely, most definitely. We're actually gonna so that brings me back. Make sure you guys, everything we do is for, our community for the most part. So when you see us, ask for donations and stuff like that, it's just to give back, even with last week, these last couple weeks, CC had somebody, steal some gardening tools. So we've been doing everything in our power to, get more donations and get more people involved to replace those tools. We actually got some tools replaced. We actually got some more potato plants. People have been donating all types of stuff. So it ain't gotta be just money. It could be anything that can actually help the community and what we got going on. So when you see us, doing these brainstorming sessions, and we're always asking that you guys just out the kindness of your heart, if you can, donate. It's gonna go, it's gonna go to the mob. We're always, doing different things to, make sure that, everything we do is for the community. So, hey, if you haven't donated, or even if you have donated, I thank you so much. Like, every dollar count. But if you haven't, make sure you do. It's gonna go to something towards something dope, to where we can have these different experiences, and be able to provide these different resources for the community, and make sure that we're able to replace things that gets broken and stuff like that. And being able to maintenance our tools and stuff like that. So make sure you guys, if you can, even if it's just $5, it don't matter. Everything counts. Everything is going towards the cause. So B, I definitely want. We're actually gonna get that Eventbrite ASAP, and then we're gonna get the flyer out. Actually, we're gonna I'm gonna put together a flyer for you guys. Now that we got the date and stuff like that, and then hey, if you haven't, matter of fact, I'm actually gonna post the link to our Instagram group because if you haven't joined our Instagram channel yet, please do so you can grab all of this. So you can be able to just get all the updates that we post, all of the upcoming opportunities and events and stuff like that. So I'm gonna post that in the chat real quick. And then yeah, make sure you guys once we post the information for the next glamping dates, make sure you guys RSVP. It's definitely a dope experience. It's definitely something that will really just bring you a whole peace of mind, especially if you got a little, you got a wife or a husband or a boyfriend, girlfriend. It's definitely great for couples to get that peace of mind, eat some great food, network with some great people, and just do something different. You know, if you've never been glamping before, this is a whole new experience for you. This was actually my first. She actually put me hip to the glamping experiences, and I loved it. So I definitely want to get you guys more aware of the glamping experiences that we're going to be doing, and quite and very shortly we're going to be taking them on the road. So if you like traveling, different things like that, I can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. I appreciate you, Fee, for sure.
Of course, thank you. Look, and also I think we're gonna be doing a water park also for the weekend. That's gonna be one of the activities. So bring your swim trunks, be ready to get wet and some water. You know, I'm not saving about my life. That's what they got the lifeguards for. But yeah, and
I
probably
mean the itinerary.
yeah, we'll have to sit down and do the itinerary and get the. I'm gonna try to squeeze in a workshop too, like a pamper party workshop. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Be a lot of fun.
All right, let's put it together then. Let's put it together. We're gonna put that itinerary together ASAP so we can get everything together and put the information out there. Who we got next? Who we got next? Kia, what's going on? Another mob member, what's going on, mob?
Sorry, I'm here. I was trying to navigate it on my phone. How y'all doing?
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Give the people a little bit of background about the wonderful things that you're doing, and then some of the challenges that you're having.
So a little bit of background. So I've been curating in Atlanta, volunteering with different art shows at different galleries. So now it's just time to start venturing out on my own and having my own solo show and getting my website and everything like that up and running. Start doing some good content and getting interviews with artists and galleries and other collectors and everything like that. So that's what I'm currently working on now, just trying to get out to more art events to interview artists. Um, let's see, some challenges that I have ran into. Really it just all boils down to like funding and renting spaces for events. That's really what it boils down to because like I said, with the mob behind you, everything else kind of just fall in place. You just gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta dot your I's and cross your T's and everything else can kind of fall in line. But that's the only challenge that I'm facing right now is just financial and trying to just balance like working and trying to, work for my passion.
Most definitely, most definitely. How's Operation Hope been coming, and how have you been doing as far as the funding side of it? You know, I know you've been working with Mr. Fix It, as far as just him helping you get your credit in line, and then so we can really just start building more relationships with these lenders, stuff like that. Um, Also, we've been, I know we've been talking about bringing in some nonprofits to, uh, uh, help us, with our funding. So, how has that been going? How has that been going?
Mhm.
Some nonprofits to, you know, help us, with our funding. So, how has that been going? so we can really just start taking advantage of these grants that's out here. So how's
Mhm.
coming along as far as I know you got with Operation Hope.
Yeah, so those classes are actually it's going pretty well. I'm not even gonna lie. At first, I was kind of like intimidated because they were, using big words and talking about things like I have no idea
mm,
what you guys are talking about. But I'm doing a group session, so it's really easy to, ask questions, and everybody's like friendly, like they openly, like freely give you information. They don't make you feel like dumb or stupid, for asking questions or just not knowing or starting out because everybody is like at different stages. So I'm not as intimidated as I was. So that's going really good, and I'm learning a lot of things that I just did not know. And honestly, I don't know how I would have found out any of this, if I hadn't have signed up. And then everything is going good with Mr. Fix It as well. I actually started like getting some letters back. So everything, the ball for that has been rolling. So I'm excited for the progress.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna actually post the Operation Hope link in the chat. So for
Yes, and if anybody want to sign up, I definitely would recommend the group session. They do have sessions where, like the modules where you could do it individually, but the group has helped me tremendously. Like, cause you can ask questions, and it's like you have somebody else to bounce your ideas off of instead of just always using the instructor. You can, use your classmates for help as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I just posted that in the chat. Operation Hope, main objective is to fund over a million, well, is to fund 1 million businesses, specifically minority businesses. So they're gonna, take you through a program. I believe it's 4 weeks, where they, take you through this 4 week program. They link you up with a coach, and make sure you just have everything structured on your end. And then once you complete that program, they'll help you apply for different grants that you qualify for and more. And they'll actually, give you a free subscription for Shopify, to set up, your shop on Shopify for free, and the whole nine. It's a super great community. Shout out to Erica the Plug, for taking out the time to share this knowledge with us. She actually worked directly with Shopify, as well as the founder of Jizzerb and 87 Records, along with her husband BMF Cash. So shout out to them for really just taking out the time to give that information. About a month ago, month and a half ago, she was able to take a step by step on how to qualify for Operation Hope, which everyone should be able to qualify, as long as you just have to be transparent in your application process. And yeah, everyone on this call should actually qualify. So hey, why not? I just put the website in there, see if you qualify, sign up. I would suggest that you also sign up for the group sessions, the group coaching, um, like he is doing. And that's something that Erica the Plug is also recommended and suggested as well. Um, but it's just another resources out there. It's a lot of resources out there for us. We just have to have the knowledge and have our business structured properly to qualify. So that's something that I love about Operation Hope as well. I'm not being paid. It's not no paid ad or nothing like that. I'm not getting a dollar from them folks, but I think that's something great that they're doing, is not only giving you the opportunity and the guidance to get funding, but they're making sure that you're in the position to qualify for the funding as well. And that's what the 4 week program is about, making sure that you have everything checked off, making sure that you're in a position to qualify for these grants and for these different funding opportunities. So that's a common denominator that most businesses go through, funding. We all need some overhead now. So that's the whole point of us, giving out this link. So hey, we've been giving out this link for over a month and a half, going on 2 months. So it should definitely, if you've been on our brainstorming, say I'm gonna keep it easy on our first timers. But if you are not a first timer, you should be taking advantage of this opportunity. It's free. It don't cost you nothing to sign up, get eligible. There's some good people that I know personally. Erica is actually one of the coaches. That's my sister. So if y'all need someone else to kind of give you more information, I'll ask her, to send you information. I'm pretty sure she don't have a problem with, I know she's been having, especially after that first one when she broke it down, she had everybody calling her. So that's why we had to do a group session to where she can break it down, because she is, she is a businesswoman, so she has a lot of things on her plate. But hey, let's use these opportunities, man. And hey, I can only lead you to the water. So there's the link. I put it in the group. If you haven't signed up yet, and I've been putting in this link, and I'm gonna get on y'all because I've been putting this link in the chat every week. Matter of fact, throw some ones in the chat if you have also qualified for Operation Hope. I need to see something. Because y'all playing. Y'all playing. Y'all don't want this money. I know CC signed up. I know Kids signed up. Who else signed up for Operation Hope? Put the ones in the chat. Because this is ridiculous. Y'all should definitely be hopping this for sure. Put them twos in the chat if you haven't hopped on it yet. And you need, you might have some questions or whatever the case may be. Let me know if y'all got it. But it's super explanatory. The application process is super easy. Everybody should be getting on this for sure. I wish Mr. Fixit was still on, because he actually just partnered up with Operation Hope and their presidents. So I love it. I see Sage got her hand up. What's going on, Sage? Go ahead and unmute yourself. We're trying to get some funding. Now, our goal is only 30 businesses. We're trying to get 30 businesses funded. And their goal is 1 million. So, hey, help them out by reaching their goal. They're trying to give y'all some money now. Sage, you still got your hand up? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you hear me.
Yes, thank you, bro. So I just wanted to say, I tapped in with Operation Hope.
Her phone must have died. She'll be back on. She'll be back. So yeah, I put the link in there. It's super self-explanatory for you guys to sign up and see if you're eligible. Everyone on this call should be eligible. And everyone on this call should be applying. They're trying to fund 1 million businesses, y'all. So let's do it. While we got these resources, let's take advantage. Let's keep it moving. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. Who else we got? Fee, I see you got your hand up. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, that link that you sent, is that the same one that Darwin put last time for the Black businesses? Is that the same link? Because I know there were 2 different links.
It's the same site. I think he posted a direct link to kind of skip some states. And what I'll do is I'll find that link, because I'll have to go through the last chat log. I'll find that link. But this link that I just posted in the chat is the same website. So you could just follow the prompts where it say get started, and then it'll walk you through the prompts. All right, so I want to move on to the next person real quick. Give a little background on what you're doing and talk about some of the challenges that you're having. What's going on, Phil? I love you.
Hey man, just working, bro.
I already know you.
I tell people all the time, you guys talked about farming earlier, and running a business is the same thing. You plant, you work the ground, you till it, you harvest, you then prep, and you keep going. You don't sit still. So right now we're working new clients, working repeat clients, forming new partnerships, redefining what we do, and then taking advantage of resources. So I've also signed up for um, a number of things that's out there just to learn, see what monies are there, what grants are there, what knowledge is there, so that I won't have to relearn lessons that are laid out there for us. Um, we're using this word networking a lot. People say the word let's network. But you got to find quality environments. And then when you find one, you really need to put the work in to learn, to meet people, to follow up with them, to see how you can work, to be a good partner so you can build those relationships. So, that's what we're in the middle of now is building new relationships. We just signed on the Georgia Latino Film Festival coming up this September, just to reach out to a whole new demographics who may not know we exist. But we're also dealing with just getting outside of our comfort zone, looking at different markets, looking where we're not. So for those who are selling things, I heard that, as people looking to grow, if where you are aren't working, look across the street, look across town, look at the smaller towns, look at the other races, look at the other cultures, see where you're not, and you go to see if they can use your services and you work to expand. But yeah, we're just putting the work in.
So for the people under a rock that don't know what you do, don't know that have give them a description of what it is that Shootworks do.
Sure. So Shootworks follows mob around and just do whatever they tell us to do. That's all.
You following those celebrities.
So Shootworks, we found a really nice niche. I'm a photographer. But what we found was that a lot of events, the environment, the media environment was often an afterthought because people are worried about securing the facility and the food and parking and the sound and the DJ and making sure the event goes off, that they throw up a backdrop or throw up a picture, they throw up a cheap carpet and say, well, we're going to take pictures out here. But what was happening was the media that really tells the story of what happened, you give them an environment that tells a bad story. So now the pictures that go out look like crap. I tell people all the time, if you drink milk or eat ice cream, and if someone makes the mouth of the milk bottle dirty, the whole bottle of milk is dirty. You're not going to drink it. And if the pictures and the videos coming from your event look bad, people are going to say it was a bad event. So we found a niche and we decided to first ask the question, what's the need? We found the need, we found a way to solve the need. So now Shootworks, we are probably one of the, if not the only company that both provides the environment with lights, backdrop stands, velvet ropes, and set everything up. Plus we shoot, do video, and we work well with other media. So we're there to make sure that the overall media space is there so that the other media can have a great place to work. So we're a great partner for the client. We're a great partner for our peers. And we found ourselves a way for us to be needed. And now people are starting to really appreciate the ease of making a phone call and having that need met. And this is where we're growing right now.
You talk about one of the only. I think you are the only in Georgia that's doing what you do. Yeah. So yeah, I love. I'm gonna brag on you if you ain't gonna brag on yourself, man. I love.
Hey man, listen. I'm about the work, but I do want to tell everybody on the call this: our film industry here in Georgia is really growing, and if you do anything that can provide a service. And I mean, if you drive cars, if you wash cars, if you're a designer, if you cook, if you provide lotion and natural body oils, if you can do anything that someone in a production may be able to use, now is the time for you to start establishing those relationships. People are very approachable. They're reachable right now. There's a lot of great events happening around the city where you can meet real people doing real work. And now is the time for you to plant those seeds and do the legwork. Another 3 years, Atlanta's going to be so big and busy, you won't be able to access these people that you can do now. So if you have your service, get yourself together, make sure your business structure is good, make sure you're ready to do business, but get out here, meet these people, and get your spots.
I love it. I love it. That dialogue alone is definitely getting. we need to push that narrative so hard. Like, and even like what you said, make sure you're ready to do business. Make sure you structure right. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because we got, Atlanta is popular right now, but there's not enough people that's actually ready to do business, and
Right.
that's what's kind of holding a lot of people.
And their reputation is out there calling us Cap City.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are bringing their talent in. So a lot of people are here like, I can't get in, I can't get on, because people from New York are bringing New Yorkers, LA are bringing people with them because they don't think they can get the quality here.
Right.
However, it's starting to build, but but people are being excluded. We're being excluded because we're not there to have the conversations and show them the work. So they're not doing business with us.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, and that's why we're really just trying to show more stories. We've been putting in more work to tell these stories because people need to hear these authentic stories. Like the one we just did a exclusive interview with Chilio. That's somebody that's in this city that's been doing a lot of great work for the community. And I can't even say he's not getting the recognition, but he's a living Atlanta legend. But these are the stories that need to be, told a lot more. Even like with people like yourself, this dialogue needs to be had. Because like you said, people, and I can't even say still is sleeping on the importance of media and having the proper media in place to tell that story that they're trying to tell, whether it's telling the story of how great their event was or whatever the case may be, telling the story of behind their business or their craft. So yeah, I appreciate the work that you're doing. And I appreciate, just you hopping on, taking out your time out your business.
Oh, not a problem, man. You guys are pushing the quality, and that's the thing that I love to see here. You're talking to people about studying, learning, take advantage of this, make your best better. When something's not working, work with someone to see how you can improve. The opportunities are here, but you got to be ready, because nothing's worse when they say, okay, great, we want to work for you, send me your W-9.
Ooh.
And you're staring at them like, what? And once you don't know what your W-9 is, you don't have a tax ID number to identify that you're in business. Right then and there, they just checked you off. You're not ready, and you've blown an opportunity because you're not ready.
Yep.
And we got to get ready.
Yep. We just had that. I literally just had that happen. We're in the talks of working with the mayor's office, and they're like, "Yo, yeah, you with the Great Business Bureau? You got your EIN? And it was so, it feels so refreshing to be like, yep, we got all of that. On top of that, matter of fact, we already work with the mayor's office now. So yeah, that's important. Definitely, it's levels to everything. I wish my brother Melvin was on here. You and him would. Oh my God, that would be a great conversation because he's been on my butt for years. In the same realm. Like, look, you need to be in position to be able to take these bigger contracts and not just be a freelancer. Shout out to Alonzo Palmer. One of my mentors. He's he also put that in my mind. Like, hey, you hustling. You hustling, you getting it.
Yes, say it.
You do.
I've just worked through that same mindset, and I just want everyone to understand. Yeah, we're dealing with celebrities. Yeah, we got a reputation, but I'm still looking at identity, pricing, my value being able to say with a straight face, yeah, this is going to be $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
And not sit there and wonder if it's too much. Ooh, I don't know that, and you get to this point where you start to question if your price point is not there and this kind of stuff, so we all continue to grow. And as we move forward into these markets, to know, we have to continue to get better.
Yes.
I've never made $1 million before. Once I make it, I'm gonna need someone to tell me what you're supposed to do with this.
You're right.
Don't know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Man, I love every time you hop on. Every time we just have a one-on-one conversation, you're giving me life, bro.
So, last thing, there is a film mixer for this coming Thursday in Covington. It's a film industry mixer. It's open to the public. I will post the RSVP stuff in the chat. If anyone's interested in at least learning and meeting, and they have everybody there from the politicians who are getting the film credits through multiple people in the industry, from actors to studio owners to writers to producers to production, this kind of thing. If anyone wants to attend, again, it's not a cost. It's a simple RSVP and you show up.
I love it.
But it's a great opportunity to meet and start to cross-pollinate. If anyone feels they have a product or if they wanted to see what may be there, it may be good to just go out and meet people and talk to people and see what they do.
Most definitely, most definitely. I appreciate you. Please post that info in the chat.
Absolutely.
So we got it. We'll post it in our mob group online as well. And I appreciate you, Ken.
No worries.
We're gonna move on. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. Do I got Tony on, man? I want to bring Tony on, one of the OGs in the game. Tony, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, Tony.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, real quick, man, I just want you to give just a little bit of background about what you do, what you've been doing, throughout the community, and then, give us a little background about what some of your challenges that you've been having. I know we just talked. Yeah. Show that penthouse, man. Yeah, show that drip. Yeah. I need that shirt. You got that shirt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I need that shirt in black, bro.
I got you. How everybody doing?
Bless.
I'm kind of coming in late and trying to figure out what everything's going on. But first off, Delaney, I want to say congratulations to you and everybody that's a part of what you're doing. You are stellar in what you do. You uplift your community. You're relentless in doing whatever it takes to get the job done, brother. So big ups to you and everybody that's a part of what you're doing, man. Definitely that. So what's the question, man?
I know it's so much. I know it's so much that y'all been doing. I just want to touch on. Let me rephrase the question because you'll be going for days. Y'all doing so much great stuff, but just touch on first of all the name of the company, what you guys offer, and then some of the great things that you've been doing, some of the projects that you've been working on, and then some of the challenges that you've been having. So, because that's what this is all about, connecting the dots and figuring out how we can really come to each other's aid.
Okay, so I own me and my wife own a company called D&D Lifestyle, and what it's about is dreams never die. And so when men wear it, it's called the Man in Diamond, and when women wear it, it's called Divas in Diamond. We've been in part of the entertainment and the fashion game for about 30 plus years, but the fashion game started for us probably about 2012 when we got all the licensing and everything set up, and just going through the roller coaster of creating a business and making it to, I guess, to where we are right now. And where we are right now is we're doing things that I guess you dream about doing. And when I say that, so I'm little bit older than most people that are trying to do their fashion brand. But I'm telling you that doesn't mean anything. It actually means you got to go a little harder, and you can use that. Can you see me? Just like I'm okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, how's that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, a little bit better. So anyway, our brand is D&D Lifestyle. So we do a lot of fashion. We have a mobile clothing line, a mobile clothing fashion house. So what we did was we changed with the industry change, we changed right along with it. And I think you have to be a little bit flexible with the trends and make it work for you. Because what works for me might not work for you, but it may work for somebody else. So we were able to take a tour bus and we turned it into a fashion bus. And actually with Delano's said, hey, let's take this down to Miami with Art Basel. So we took about, I think about eight to 10 brands with us. And we had a phenomenal experience by just being able to go in different markets and allow people to see what you're doing and what you're bringing to their community or to their country, not country, but their community and their neighborhood. And so like I said, when the pandemic happened, we just got real activated by going mobile. And we haven't looked back. We didn't do what we call the traditional brick and mortar, which everybody generally does. We didn't fall into that trap. And what I mean, it's not a bad thing, but for us, when people don't know who you are, you have to go to where the people are. So by us going mobile, it helped us out and put us on a bigger platform as far as finding new clients and new people in different cities. But this year we well, actually, let me take it back. About 2 years ago, I saw this tour that came up, and I don't know if you guys heard of the No Cap Comedy Tour. We had Mike Epps, not Mike Epps, DC Young Fly, everybody from 85 South to Little Duval, D-Ray Davis, a lot of the big bangers on that particular tour. And so what I noticed in the merch department, that the merch wasn't really hitting on nothing as far as I was concerned. And so I'm not sure if you guys were talking about this earlier, but one of the things you can do when you're trying to break into a new market or you're trying to get into a new level is you got to learn how to serve people. And it's not about you, it's about serving the people and looking at their opportunity and seeing how you can make their opportunity your opportunity. But in the process of you doing that, you have to learn how to serve those people. So what we did was, I saw that their merchandising wasn't up to par that it should have been. And so we were able to give them about 30 to 50 pieces. And remember, I just said we gave it to them. They ended up paying for it at a wholesale price, which was good. And they were able to sell out that particular day. And then they put in a new order for about 400 pieces the next day. And so that first year, they kept reordering from us and they kept selling. And so it opened the door for us to then get a contract with them for the tour that just ended. And the tour that we just got off was called the We the Ones Comedy Tour, with starring Mike Epps and Little Duval, D-Ray Davis, 85 South, everybody from 85 South, and Mojo Brooks. T.I. was on about 5 dates, and we had a host of other celebrities that came in and out of crowd, because we did 42 shows and we did 40 cities. So the contract that I was able to negotiate, because they couldn't pay me at the time, and I'm not meaning that with being arrogant. I'm being, as long as you have as long as your skill level and you can provide the service, just like the gentleman, I think his name was Bill, you have to know what you're worth. And sometimes you have to be able to serve people, and you have to be able to learn whatever the business is, so you can be able to confidently say, this is what I'm charging and this is what I want. So they couldn't pay me to come work for them. So what we did was we contracted out with them and did a partnership, and we were able to do the whole merchandise for the whole tour. And on top of that, I worked that out so that our own brand could be slated as a premier brand for the tour, to be able to sell our own brand. And what that also entailed was We got all signage, we got all the banners, we have the big LED, we had 72 LED screens that are, you know, just like when you go into any major concert. So we had full access to that where we ran any type of videos and promotion and bringing the people that we were in those markets back to us. And so what that did was it gave us a big look. It gave us, above all, it gave us a lot of money. It put a lot of money in our pocket because we sold a lot of product. We sold, and actually this is like a couple of little things that we actually do. And like I said, it don't have to appeal to everybody, but you just got to be going to these different markets. And we're dealing with arena shows, not just theater. We did arena shows, and the average, well, put it this way, this last tour, they sold over 150,000 tickets. And that's big. And so we just wanted to get a piece of that, but we had to put ourselves in a position to be able to get a piece of that. And again, I cannot say this enough. I know you guys are talking about relationship. I talk about relationship equity, just like a house. You have to be able to build a house in the right neighborhood where you can get enough equity in it so you become valuable. Well, relationships are the same way. So when you meet the right people that are doing the things that you want to do or are in position to do the things that you want to do, then you want to build a relationship. You want to try to build some equity with them people. And that's not talking about what you can get out of them. It's like, what can you do to serve them? Because I'm going to tell you something about multi-millionaires. I didn't say millionaires, multi-millionaires. They need people to come and execute with them. They may say they don't need this or they have it all done, but trust and believe, if you can provide a service or you can find what they're doing and observe what they're doing, and you can see how you can help enhance what they're doing, what they do is they open the door for you. And that's what happened to us. So now we're in a position right now where we have another tour that's coming up for the 2025, and we're going to probably do a fall tour with another R&B show. And listen, I'm just telling you that anybody can do anything they want to do. But first of all, they got to know the language of the business that you want to get into. But more importantly, you have to be able to be in those rooms, the right rooms, so you can build some type of relationship equity with someone that's going to open those doors and those opportunities. So one of the things that he was asking me, like our trials and tribulations, I could kind of talk about the tour. I've been on tours before, but had never done the merchandise. So I had no idea that merchandise sales could be as high, but they could be as low too if you don't know what you're doing. Because we came up with the mobile truck, we were able to understand pop-up. We understood how to activate with people and engage with people. We created an entertainment environment on top of the show. We made what we were doing, and our team made what we were doing an experience. We gave them experience like we always did already. So we were able to break every record. And we weren't impressed with the numbers that we did because we looked at the numbers of the people. I'm talking about 6,000 to 10,000 people. The last show, which we just, not the last show, but they just did a show that they flew us in, and it was G Harborough. Put it this way, it was every rapper that I did not know. But that was 14,000 seater in Chicago, and that wasn't a comedy show, that was a rap show. But again, even when you're dealing with merchandising on that type of level, just to give you a guy's example, we did well over the six figures in doing what we did, and we still came in low considering our counterparts that do rap shows and do R&B shows and do hip hop or country western. So, and just to give you an idea, like 21 Savage merch deals, they make about 200,000 a night on just merchandise. So the numbers that we did were nothing compared to some of these other major people. But what it did, again, it opened up the door. And what we started doing, we started servicing all these artists that we were affiliated with and got a chance to get in those rooms with and got the chance to talk. So if I can't hammer anything to anybody, just go into these rooms, get into these rooms, but figure out how you can serve. And it's not always about the person that's on the stage that's talking. It's usually a lot of people that's in the audience that you can network and that you can start working with as well. If you can't get to the or what they call the GOAT or whoever is the person that's up there talking. But as long as you start pouring into people as far as what they need, because really they're not interested in what you need unless your service is so off the chain or off the charts that they need it. And the only way that they're going to do that is you have to be able to get so much freaking attention that they will knock the door coming for you. If you guys remember that. So if nothing else, again, thanks, man. I'm so proud of you and what you and your family have done. You guys have not stopped and don't stop, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. So anything, any questions, whatever, I'm here. Whatever you guys need me to do, I'm here for it.
I love you, bro, for that one, for real, man. Real quick, what's one, because man, y'all doing so much great things, but what's some of the challenges that you feel like you're having personally in y'all company, you and Sis company?
With my company, is getting enough people to understand we're in the service industry. So one of the challenges is getting the right people to have the right mindset. A lot of people say they want to be an entrepreneur, but then they won't do what it takes to become an entrepreneur, or they won't do what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur. Just getting your credentials and everything together. That's excuse me. I didn't. What'd you say?
No, you went out a little bit. I ain't say nothing.
Oh, that's usually the hardest part is learning a lot of the really it's the people. The people got to really want to be able to do what it is they say they want to do. So they got to make the sacrifice and they got to really do it. It's just, you just can't show up and then you don't know how to show out. You can't expect that, just like what most people think that on a level, let's put it this way, the top 5 to 3%, they know who's real and they know who's not. They know who's really, really going to put the work in and they know who's not. You can't sell them a dream because they've worked so hard to get to where they are that if you come in with them with the BS, they already see between it. So with us, it's like a lot of people want to come in this world, but then a lot of people won't put the necessary work in to stay in this world. You know. But again, man, it's just, pretty much just finding the right team to get out there and hustle like we hustle when we are in these shows, putting the right infrastructure together, like website, because we have so much going on as far as when our sales are at the shows, then we have to manage trying to get the website together. It's not hard for us to go viral on video. We've done that multiple times. But then, having somebody in place to be able to do this, some of the technical stuff, so that we can get focused more on some of the other things, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir, it do. That's, it makes a lot of sense because I'm usually that person. So we gotta sit down, big bro, and figure out, create a list of what's needed for us on the administration side. And
exactly.
Definitely down to, you get what I'm saying? We're gonna do what we do. Make sure everything is together for us, especially the website. That's something that I'm big on every.
Okay, well, we definitely need to meet up, if not early next week sometime, so we can get that rocking and rolling, man.
Yeah, we still ain't came to the new penthouse anyway, so we gotta come over there anyway.
You can come anytime, man. I tell you, you got access to it.
Oh, anytime. Y'all be out of town so much. I'm gonna have to.
I don't have to be in town for you to have access to. I told you that before.
No, I'm saying for me to we gotta sit down though. We ain't chopped it up in a minute.
I'm here for about another 2 weeks.
All right, I'm gonna make it happen this week then.
I'll make it happen anytime. Open door policy, bro.
And I appreciate you, big bro. We gonna
y'all more. And I'm gonna go, Phil. I'm gonna go come check out your event tomorrow. See if I can come check out your event tomorrow while I'm in town. Is it Thursday? That's tomorrow? Is that tomorrow?
Phil, you on mute.
No, that one is next week, but there is one on Friday that I think the city of Atlanta is doing. I'm gonna post that one as well.
I appreciate it, my brother.
That boy Phil be with them celebrities and stuff. He be.
And man, I'm working. It's just work.
I love it. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I don't want to hold y'all too long. We already usually I try to wrap up around 8, but we getting some valuable and we got some valuable people on. Like y'all don't I don't if y'all don't understand, y'all definitely need to check out some of the content and not just some of the content. Y'all really just need to, really get around these people. It's all like Big Bro said, it's all about being in those rooms and taking advantage of those opportunities as well. Because you could be in those rooms and then don't talk to nobody. And I used to be like that.
Absolutely.
I used to be in some rooms, and then I get home at the end of the night, but like, yo, I ain't talk to nobody. I ain't get no numbers. That was something that I had to get better at. Is stepping outside my shell, stepping outside my comfort zone, to talk to people and build those relationships. Especially it just get hard. You got a lot of BS out here. So, but at this end of the day, it's a numbers game. If you don't get out there and play it, you're just gonna lose. You automatically lose. So I appreciate you guys for sure, for sure. Who we got? Who we got? I want to make sure I get to everybody. Elena, I know you. It's almost that time. You've been moving around. I appreciate you for being on this long. Can you hear me? Go ahead and unmute yourself, Elena. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Ryan, what's going on, Ryan?
What's up, my brother?
Bless, bless, bless. So tell the people a little bit about what you're doing and what you got going on, and then some of the challenges that you've been having.
Well, as of right now, Better Media Works, which is my company, is collaborating with Hype Magazine, and we have a 24-city tour, promotional tour that starts July 5th. There isn't much challenges, because we just, it's something we do all the time. So we pretty much got a hold on how things go. The good thing about it is that while we're out there, we are gonna try to address the affordable housing crisis, and we're trying to collaborate with Adam. Is Adam on the line tonight?
Not tonight, not tonight. He had a couple other meetings.
Yeah, well, we're collaborating with him. Of course, Akil, I signed a contract with Akil for the Freaknik channel, so I'm planning to get a lot of footage to launch this channel by August. I actually want to do it on my birthday, August 28th, guys. So I will need everybody to tune in. Once again, that isn't many challenges that we're having. Just say it's only work if you don't enjoy it, and this is my heaven. So producing events is my heaven, been my heaven for a long time. So I'm enjoying every minute of it.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I really, first of all, I just appreciate you for hopping on and still being in the game and being able to pass down knowledge, and I think that's the biggest thing that we've been trying to do is just combine all of the elements, the young folk with experienced folk, with experienced businesses, new businesses, and bring them all together because I think we can all learn from each other. It brings us back to the question, the icebreaker question, what have you learned from children? And I think we should probably do a remix to that and talk about what have you learned from the generation ahead of you. And I think that's the biggest thing, bringing because times come back around. So I appreciate everything that you've been doing, all the contributions that you've been, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been putting putting together Freaknik and all of these other different productions. So yeah, definitely. And if you already know we here, if you do come across any challenges or anything like that, hey, we here to come up with some solutions. That's what it's all about. I appreciate you, King.
You're welcome. And I just one other thing. The gentleman that has the mobile clothing outlet. I own a trademark on Freak merchandise, one of the partners. And I could tell people back in the 90s, we were doing about $200,000 a weekend. Freak merchandise has always been a very powerful aspect of the event itself. Now, I just want to share this with you. What I did was I have the Freak store, which is a Shopify store. And the reason I'm doing it is I'm asked this question, and anybody can answer it. And this was my inspiration. Anybody know how much Jeff Bezos is worth? Anybody can answer. Okay, since nobody's answering, Jeff Bezos now is worth $500 billion. And guess what, guys? He don't own anything he sells. So my inspiration is that Freaknik store, because of the hype and exposure that Freaknik got, we got over about right now about 150 million people that are chiming into Freaknik. My goal is to get 1% of his market, and that 1% is $5 billion. What I'm doing is I'm using Freaknik as a launching pad because you have something to bring people to the table. But once after a year, what I'm going to do is start selling everything else that people need. So that is my vision for that. And I'm looking for all types of outlets because what I'm also doing is my goal is to every year give somebody an opportunity to do an exclusive line, starting with low-hanging fruit, like all these people who have clothing lines, because giving them that opportunity, what I like to do is take the majority of that money and put into HBCUs, because my goal is to just make sure HBCUs are taken care of. That's going to be one of my biggest outlets, is the HBC bookstores. So I have a marketing plan, business plan for that, and along with every other thing that I do. I write a lot, have a lot of different plans. Delano, you and I spoke about the fashion show with Freaknik merchandise. And the college tour with that. So, like I said, I just stay busy, and just wanted to share that, guys, with you, because all you got to do is just envision it, and if you can see it, you can do it, and I'm proof of that. This is the second documentary that's been done about something I did. So, and I'm not done yet. So y'all just stay tuned. All right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait. Yeah, we definitely got to get especially some of the people that's on this call involved, especially Big Bro, Tony. We definitely got you on there. I think that'll be a great collaboration and connection. He's been moving around. Plus, you guys got your tour coming up. So, yeah, let's figure that out for sure. Make sure you guys post your info in the chat if you haven't, because I'm gonna send the chat log to everybody so everybody can have everybody's information, and we can really make those connections. This ain't no Hollywood networking situation. I know we get used to that being in the industry. So Phil, I see you got your hand up. Yeah, what's going on, Phil?
Well, real quick, for those who weren't on the call last week when I popped on, I posted a link, and Tony, this may work for you. I found I'm doing a lot of work with the Georgia film industry, and they put out what's called a source book. Within this book, it's all the contacts for pre-production, production, post-production, names, emails, projects they worked on. So from the merchandise side of the house, I don't have to tell you the opportunities that exists with just having the right names and right people to do this. And I'm not selling anything. There's no gimmick here. It's just information. I just posted the link in the chat again. Just click on the link and then click the download arrow, and everything is there. I've been reaching out to people directly, and all you can say is, hey, found your contact in the source book. This is who I am. This is what we do. And these are the guys who are doing the work. So wanted to share that with you. And Ron, are you still on the call?
I am.
Okay. I want to give some feedback, and I like to share knowledge when I can. We live in a monkey see, monkey do world. And I like the idea and the concept of the Freaknik shirts. The challenge that you're going to see is that there's a lot of people sitting at home with their machines, and they copy very quickly. Can I give an idea to you?
By all means, sir.
Okay, so
by all means,
what
sir.
I found. Okay, hold on. I'm getting an echo. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm getting an echo. Hold on.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Oh yes, I
so what I would recommend you do is to do things that are specialized for certain groups, such as this. I'm 50 years old. I'm from Atlanta.
I'm 50 years old. I'm from Atlanta.
Wayne Williams is a thing. We had Save Summer 81, Save Summer 82 t-shirts.
Save Summer 82 t-shirts.
This is an era that everybody from 48 to 56 remembers.
48 to 56
and if I saw that shirt, I would want to buy that shirt.
And if I saw that shirt,
I would recommend you look into things that are targeted for certain groups from certain places and really push out a line specific to those people. So you may be able to move 10,000 units,
but you may be able to move
units, and then move on to another thing.
50,000 units, and then
with
move on
very
to another
little
thing.
competition.
And, you know, sir, and I totally agree. That's one of the reasons that my clothing line is so diverse, and it's not, you know, like ghetto booty stuff. It is all stuff that I wanted to be able to design lines that Obama would wear and be proud of. That anybody who went to a HBCU that was in that vein. This is, you know, it's more images. It's more of branding than it is images. So I would like to share that with you if you can contact me. My number is in there because I totally agree, and that was my thing from the beginning, sir. Is that I've never done the shirts with the outlandish stuff on it. My stuff was always very corporate. We were the first. I was the first one to license the brand Freaknik to a manufacturer of Impact Products. And Impact Products, Bob Thompson, this white guy, it was a trip to get him to buy a license for the most controversial event that ever happened. And what we did was, we did about $200,000 over that weekend. You know, and because everything I do is, you know, I watch out for everything. I protect and police my license all the time. We stop people from doing events because we don't want that image of you know, just anybody popping up doing it. It's a business for us. It's been a business for me for 30 years now. And that's why your Freaknik Radio is doing well, and so forth. So it's like, I mean, this is my life. So I totally agree with you, and I love Mr. Phil to speak to you and just let you understand that I'm with you. I thought of that years ago, and my brand, you would love some of the stuff I got in there. Matter of fact, I wish I could post something in here for you guys, but just to give you an idea. But yeah, I'm with you, brother, all the way. And please contact me when you have time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. I love it. Real quick, I want to get Kiera on to talk about what, you know, some of the great things she's been doing. We actually had a great privilege to develop her website in partnership with Make-A-Wish Foundation. And yeah, do I got Kiera still on?
Hey, yes, I'm still here. I'm listening.
What's going on? So I really want you to talk about give a little background on Take Kids and some of the challenges that you're having real quick.
Okay. So as of right now, I am still behind scenes trying to come up with more designs. So Tay Kids is basically my daughter and my son. Their last name is Taylor. And I came up with this idea because my daughter, she has sickle cell anemia, and she ended up having a transplant, and her little brother was her donor. And while we were in the hospital, my daughter, when she went to chemo, and she would, try to brush her hair, I would brush her hair with like a little brush. And I got the idea to put all these like little diamonds on it, just to make it pretty for her. And she would love to look in the mirror and brush her hair. So then I just started expanding on ideas on children with different disabilities and different disorders. And the line basically was to target children that had different disabilities, disorders. And I wanted to make beautiful, shirts for children with autism, sickle cell, just shirts for a lot of them that does not have shirts to make themselves feel better. So that's what it was targeting, children's clothing line for disabilities. And I am still working on it. Delano is there to help me. So I definitely am looking forward to continuing it.
Awesome.
Hello.
I'm actually looking forward to continue on like helping you guys. I know we already got the website up, so now it's time to really just take it to the next level and start getting really. It goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. Creating an experience around the site. We want to, you gotta, and we definitely got to get you guys down here, but 'cause
yes.
I know you guys in St. Louis, but I would start off by creating an experience in your city, to really just bring traffic back to what you're doing. Cause, and then, on top of that, like I've been saying from the jump, and anyone with kids, y'all got the cheat code. Y'all got the TikTok. Kids and
yes, that's true.
Listen, kids and old folks is running literally. So using those platforms and utilizing these tools that we have is a must. It's not we're no longer it's so oversaturated when it comes to the internet. So, we gotta play a whole nother, ball game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the stuff that you guys already have is gonna, tell your story, getting, I think that's really where it's gonna boil down to. Telling us that's what, even with us, we've been doing more documentaries, more vlogs, more interviews. I don't know if you guys have noticed the change in our content, but we've been really more into telling the storytelling, because that's what's going to move everything.
Yeah.
Sell the product. That's what's going to sell the services. Getting that story out. Yes, we got the bio and everything on your website, but I definitely want to get an exclusive interview with you and the little one, and even a vlog. Even if you start off doing, hey, we all got camera phones. So
yeah. See, my thing is consistency, and I told you before, I need to shake off this shyness, because it's like I have my daughter, her alone herself has so much personality. So it's like it's there. I just need to, I need to do it, basically. Just do it. So
do it.
Yeah.
It literally starts there. Just getting the story out, telling your story. Who is the little one? It's like, what's the story? You got a great story. You just got to get it out there, and then from there, people will start, really supporting the movement, drawing more traffic to the website, and then like we talked about earlier, networking, getting in those rooms, getting in, the proper rooms, to where you can actually network with the right people. Tony said the same thing, really getting into those rooms and making sure that you're set up all the way.
Yes.
That's something that we'll, get on the call about, figuring out what boxes, you don't check. I already know we did the website, but it's so much more
that we can do.
What you're doing, I think you definitely need a nonprofit. That should be the next goal ASAP. I definitely think we can, and even partner up with other nonprofits. This is something that I just learned not too long ago. What is this? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you. It just turned to like a whiteboard.
All right, that's cool. Okay. Figure out why that's happening. But anyway, the whole goal is, figuring out how we can continue on telling this story.
Yes.
Yes. Creating an experience behind it as well, maybe a tea party, because you dealing with kids.
Mm-hmm.
You want to market to those kids, and figuring
Oh,
out,
that's cute.
figuring out different ways
Oh, that's cute.
figuring out different ways
Oh, it's
to
an echo.
oh, it's an echo.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I think it's my responses are coming
Can you
through
still-
late, like 3 seconds late.
They're coming through late, like 3 seconds late. Oh, I see who this is. Wow. Okay, that was me. All right. So I
Hello.
think as far as what you're doing, I think creating a nonprofit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, every time I speak, you're hearing it late. So I'm
Yeah,
actually
every
saying
time
it like 3 seconds
you're hearing
before.
it late. So I'm actually saying it like 3 seconds before. Oh, we have no more delay. It's all good. We're gonna play we're gonna do like Kendra do and play the 5 second rule. But yeah, I think creating a nonprofit, and then figuring out how we can create some experiences so we can get some grants behind what you're doing, will be a great move for what you're doing. And to bring more awareness about about the complications even with your daughter. It's a lot of people out here with the same complications that she has, that I think you guys, being more vulnerable, and pushing her to the forefront, if she's comfortable, and really telling that story, I think it will help, really become a, like my big brother Tony said, providing a service. And I think on your end, that service is, getting more motivation to these kids with the same sickness, even adults. You get what I'm saying? Telling the story, because I know adults is going to see your daughter's story and see how she's pushing and staying strong, and that's going to bring them more motivation too. And I think that'll, really bring a domino effect to everything else. So I think that's the next step. We're gonna set up a call though. I'm gonna let you times.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, because my other thing, I did want to get this out, especially to the Black community, because it runs in the Black community. And I noticed a lot of Black people are actually not aware of sickle cell. I learned that along the way. And when my daughter first had her transplant and before, I kind of would post her journey, and I got a lot of inboxes. And, I would talk to other people about it, about their children that had it, or things of that such. So it's definitely something that I would love to do, because I've noticed even a lot of older doctors. My pediatrician, she just retired about a month ago. She's never had a patient that ever had the transplant. She's their dad's doctor. That's how long she's been a doctor. So there's a lot of people. She would even call me. She'll pray with me. She was worried. It was like, this is my first time. I'm sorry if I keep calling you. So it's a lot of doctors that's just now learning about it as well. So it's very surprising. I did my own research. I prayed about it. I cried when they first told me when she was a month old. And the doctors usually won't tell you your choices. You have to ask. So once I researched and learned about it, at the time my daughter received the transplant, she was actually a study. It wasn't considered an actual full thing.
Right.
She was a study. And so at Children's Hospital, she was the very first patient under their new case study. So now it's a thing. So all of their patients after my daughter, they're going off of my daughter's statistics.
That's another
Yeah.
story you need to tell. Because first of all, that's crazy.
Yes.
Second of all, that's a shame because sickle cell been around. I remember being
It has.
I knew kids in my school who had sickle cell, and that was a long time. So
Yep.
for the fact that she was a study case for sickle cell, yeah, that's a problem. And that brings me back to one of my something I was about to say, as far as linking you up, I definitely want to link you up with people like Cece and because we need to get back to natural remedies as well. That's why we're getting more into agriculture, aquaponics and stuff like that, because we have like Cece, she's if everything went today, if we hit a apocalypse type situation or whatever, zombies come, whatever, she will qualify as an actual doctor because she could tell you what natural remedies that would help your daughter as well. So that's somebody that I link you up with, because we definitely need to get more into natural remedies.
Yes.
Natural, just everything, like that's where it's at, because it's a lot of situations where these doctors don't know nothing. They going off a book and they little they they just could tell you what they know. So figuring out natural remedies, even like Dr. Sebi, that's something that he was doing, and I don't want to talk too much about that on this call, but this is something that we need to get more into, stuff like that. So I think would be another situation to where you can link up with CC with the natural farms and other farmers that we have as well, and start getting into some natural remedies and start documenting that. So like you said, and doctors that don't know what they're doing, they can learn from us.
Yeah,
able to pass that information down to
and I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody on here knows anybody with sickle cell, but I would just throw it out there. Beets is a good thing for beets. Beets is very good. It like they have crisis. So people with sickle cell have crisis where their body just going shock. If you drink beets or if you just like eat beets, I know it's nasty, but it does help a lot. It helps them from getting it helps them from getting a lot of crisis often. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Beets help a lot.
Shout out to my great grandmother. She used to try to get me to eat them beets, boy. She was
nasty.
She was that. She needed to get that beat down my throat, boy. That was so horrible. But it's definitely something that can definitely benefit your body. I think we need to that. And that's why I've really been pushing more. I see you with your beat, Drew. See, I can't, man. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. Shout out to CC. Shout out to Sage. Those type of people that's getting me more back in my bag. Shout out to my grandmother. She's also, she has a farm and she grows a bunch of different stuff. She was the first one that I started to get into the green life with, and just teach me about certain things that we can actually grow right in our backyard, and then one of the first ones that actually showed me that we can actually do it. We can actually, she don't got a huge backyard, you know what I mean? She don't got a huge house. She ain't rich or nothing. But she lived when the pandemic hit. When I was on the phone with her, she was kicking back. She wasn't in no long lines at no grocery stores. She's like, I ain't doing that. We got everything we need in the backyard. And that's something that we all need to be getting it more into, like I said, natural remedies, natural healings, different things like that. That's something that we can also incorporate within that. And then, that maybe something where we really get her Instagram started to where we can put out different information about sickle cell, different tips and different remedies on the social media, make a whole Take Kids social media, and not just about the clothing, which it'll bring everything back to the merchandise, but started off as an educational page. So we'll talk. Matter of fact, I'll put together an outline. So when we do get on the next call, I'll have a full outline so you can see, and just see more of what we should be doing. But yeah, I think that's going to not only help, you guys, but it's going to help the community, because there's a lot of people out here with sickle cell. We just did a conference in Michigan where we live streamed the conference in Michigan about vitiligo, and out Be Strong, they brought us on board. Their foundation, they actually got a grant to host this conference. And that's why I'm really trying to push more people to get in nonprofits or to partner up with, nonprofits. So if anybody on this call,
Okay.
you guys know any nonprofits that's in good standing, that has integrity, let's link them up with us. Let's put together an outline to put together a project with them, in collaboration with them, to where we can qualify for a grant, and then we can also get all of our just like how V Strong did with us. They hired us on as a vendor because you got to spend that money depending on what grant it is, but you got to spend that money and you got to be able to show where you spent that money. So by us being an actual corporation, we was able to come on as vendors and be able to cover that live stream and cover the expenses, the whole nine. It was a great event. And it was quality because they had overhead, they had a grant to cover and pay for the stuff that they needed to pay for. So that's why everybody on here need to have a nonprofit. We're in the midst of getting our nonprofit together right now. We're working with multiple nonprofits, including Sage with her nonprofit as well. Coming up with different activations, workshops, conferences, different things like that, to where we can cover the expenses with the grant, but actually give the community a value and actually put on an actual great experience. It involves the key word for today's brainstorming session is experience, because that's something that we talked about a lot, and that's something I talk about a lot in general with all the businesses that I work with. You got to create an experience for people. You got to create a positive experience. Let me say that as well. A positive experience, because you can have an event, you can put on an event, and then it goes, it's unorganized, it's this and that, and then people have a bad time, and then they miss the whole goal of the event. And I've been there. I've been to events where they wasn't put together, and we wasn't able to really get the value out of that because they didn't have the resources to put on a good experience. So I think that's something that you should definitely look into, getting a nonprofit, and or while you're working on your nonprofit, partnering up with other nonprofits. Let's get together a list of nonprofits that you know personally that's doing the right thing, has integrity, professional. I gotta stress that, because I've had to pull out of collaborations with certain nonprofits because they didn't have their stuff together. And it's all about your face card. You gotta make sure your face card stay clean. But I think that's a great just like how you linked up, how we did the site through Make-A-Wish Foundation. There's other foundations, and I applaud you for that, because you took the initiative to make that happen, and you made it happen. So I think you could, it's the same thing. Reach out to these other foundations as well, and then, like I said, I'll put together an outline for you to where you can present this outline to them so they can see the full plan, and they'll take you more serious, and then we can be able to cover a lot of these things that we need to do.
Okay, thank you for that.
I appreciate you. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. We already went over our time a little bit, but we had a great discussion. Every single week, man, you guys surprise me. I can't even believe that I'm just as blessed enough to even be an acquaintance with you guys and to know you guys. So that's just right there is just a blessing in itself. And I appreciate you guys for just believing in everything that we got going on. Like, I'm just a young Black boy from Detroit. And it's been a long journey.
Little bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I don't mean to cut you off, man. Give me a call, man. Let's see if we can do a lot of these people that you're linking up with. Are they in Atlanta?
Most of them, yeah. But we got people.
Let's set something up at my place so we can have where you can still do the stream, and then we can actually meet in person, so we can actually really get down to the nitty gritty of what everybody wants to do and need.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually looking for another in-person location because we're doing some renovations. So I would love that. I would love that, big bro. I appreciate you for sure.
No problem.
Hey, next week. Remember you said I got you recorded saying that. It's like, nah, I know you for real about yours, for sure.
No, I'll do.
We're gonna put that together. I appreciate you guys, man. I love every single one of you guys. Like I said, it's it surprises me and it warms me every single week to see like, man, we really know these people. We really, we really building like this, and it's going far. So I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns or any questions, just period, general, for me, everybody should have my number. Let's connect. Let's start building a lot more. We need all hands on deck. That's what it's all about. I'm actually gonna also put our membership links in there. So if you guys know any business owners, any creators that need any resources, any reliable resources that's serious about what they're doing, have them type in, have them send in the application. Any successful business owners that you guys know that would like to be a mentor or advisor, that link is also in there as well. And then make sure you guys, if you want to stay up to date with our events and activities, different updates that we have, make sure you guys join our Instagram group, so we can keep you guys up to date. And man, again, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Real quick, if you can, let's do it like this. Post one name and contact in the chat of a business owner that you think would benefit from any of our creative services, any of our resources, as far as video and videography, photography, social media and management, web design, business plans, the whole nine. They need their business structured correctly. If they just need a home base, they just need a community to be a part of. Have them apply for the mob. Again, I'll put the link in there. Also, put their information in the chat so we can follow up with them and make sure that we really make that connection, because it's really important. Most of the people that we work with is based off referrals. Nowadays, you already know, everybody should already know how it goes. There's a lot of scams and just a whole bunch of BS out there. So we killing all those stigmas. And it's important that we really just support each other, and not just support each other, but really, really brag on each other. And I'll do the same thing. If I'm actually go through my database and figure out how I can really get our database connected with each and every one of you guys as well. Hey, it takes a village. So yeah, real quick, please, please, please take this next minute or so and drop some info of anybody that you think would benefit from the mob, from our platform, any one of our resources. Other than that, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys for sticking it in. I know we went a little bit over, but I love you guys. And you guys be blessed, man. We're gonna continue on moving. We're gonna continue on building. You guys be blessed and be safe. I'll talk to you next time.
Nice meeting everybody.
Cool.